Alright, good morning. Sorry about that. So if you're not aware, today is Wednesday, August the 12th. Kamala Harris, I think, was just confirmed as Vice President for Joe Biden. It is really irritating and it's really frustrating, and it's like 2016 all over again. I just want to address with you my frustration with this. I feel like, and Jamal and Sternhan, they laid this out quite concisely on their show, Fault Lines. They, like Joe Biden, like basically this was a let's give black people something. That's what this was. All these protests going on. He wanted to get a female vice president. Okay, all that good stuff. And he could have had Susan Rice. She was the UN ambassador, I think, for Obama. He could have had what's her name? Nina. I forgot her last name. She was the VP pick for Bernie Sanders. I liked her. I don't really follow her like that. I might have to start following her. She called Joe Biden basically half a shit sandwich. I agree with that. Look, I just feel like black people are easily pimped, and I feel like this really proves that. It proves that black people are easily pimped. We're easily used. We're easily took. We're easily, we'll take it. We're like a thirsty man in the desert. We'll really take anything. And it just bothers me because it's like we're back to 2016 all over again. And nothing has changed. We had Hillary and Trump. That wasn't an election. You had a witch and a devil. That wasn't, even with Trump now, all the shit he's done, I'm not up here like Hillary would have been better. No. See, I think Hillary was the precise white supremacy. Like, I think Hillary Clinton, the pandemic wouldn't have been as bad, so we wouldn't have had this exposure. I think that Trump's failure to deal with coronavirus really exposed this idea of just this pure free market capitalism. And I think that basically, I said this the other day, it really exposed what the system already was. It didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it really did. And that's why Trump wants to just ignore it, because he's a fascist. He has no answer for coronavirus. He has no answer for inequality. He never did. He doesn't care about inequality. He doesn't care about people who are working class, who are scraping to get by. That's not his, what did he say? That's not my voter. That's not his voters. It's not. And so if that's the case, then, I've got nothing for you. I don't know how to say it any better, any more precise for you. So what does he do? He's gonna move on like nothing's happened, like the virus isn't that serious, and we can sacrifice lives, and, all this kind of shit. That's what Trump is doing. That's his politics. That's what I see. It is so ridiculous. But I think it kind of took this to expose that these Republicans don't care about your life. They care about the economy. And the fact that the stock market is still bumping and shaking along in the middle of a pandemic where so many people are out of work, it really kind of proves my point. It does. That you've got billionaires pretty much moving the country. The country's not run by workers and no, that all that was bullshit. All that is bullshit, and that's just not how we do things in America anymore. We're run by monopolies. We're run by corporations now. That's just the way it is. Look, we got took with Obama. We got took with Trump. People who didn't like the establishment were mad about Hillary and her getting away with all the stuff she got away with. Now we're getting took with Kamala Harris. One thing Trump said that was really, see, because one thing about Trump gives you, he give you the lowdown on conservatives. if you listen to Trump and you listen to some of these speeches, he really shows you how they think. When he talks about like if they're trying to make voting easy, and he said if the Democrats got what they want, remember he said you never have a Republican elected again. Remember he said that, which basically tells you that's what Republicans are scared of. Republicans are scared of a mass of people who are involved, who are awake, who are engaged, who are in the fight. That is terrifying to the conservative elite, the rich, the billionaires. That's terrifying, and that makes sense, doesn't it? He said that Kamala Harris is a liar. That's true. When they had those debates, and I remember that Joe Biden was not Joe Biden, had the debates, and they asked him who would get rid of private health care. It was Bernie Sanders raised his hand, and Kamala Harris raised her hand. And she came out like a day later after the debates and was like, "Oh, my fault. I thought they meant who person, something stupid like that." That was sneaky. Because, look, if me and you have a prize fight and 25 million people watch it, and you beat my ass, and then they say, well, wait a minute now. You cheated in the second round. You kicked me in the balls, or you hit me after the bell. They DQ it, and I end up winning by disqualification. Not even half of the people who watched the original fight are going to go back and see that. Or go back there and look. They're not. And that's what Kamala Harris knows. That's a shady, sneaky bitch. She is. She's a cop. She laughed about marijuana. She's just not a progressive person. And this is just more tokenism. It's like with conservatives and Candace Owens and Kanye West and stuff. It's just tokenism. None of this means anything. None of this has any real value, any tangible. None of this means anything for us. It just doesn't. Frankly. And so, it is what it is. We're getting took in. And I was on Facebook. I follow some people that I used to go to church with. I tell you they're superstitious and all that. And they were all like, Kamala Harris is we be all celebrating. And I'm like, what? And it reminded me of why I left that church, that it wasn't so much just about the idea of their religion. They're not scientific people. They're not. We got to be precise about our politics. We've got to understand it. We've got to have an international look, international gaze at these issues. They didn't have that. They don't have that. And they just want black people, and they'll take the charade. They'll take it and they'll run with it. They want the charade, and it just bothers me. It's so easy to pimp black people. It bothers me. It's so easy to buy the black vote. Like literally, I can just put a black face up there. Like I really believe that if Kanye ran and he wasn't like a total shield for Trump like he's been, you would have had a lot of black folks vote for him and not even know what the hell he was talking about. I really believe that. I got really 110% believe that. Now that's so sad. I take no joy in saying that. I take no pride in announcing that. But I really believe that a lot of black people are easily bribed. They're easily took. They're very easily taken. And we want that. We want to be cheated. We want to be punked. We want to be fooled. It's so sad. It's so sad. Peace.